نحمده ونستهديه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونصلي ونسلم ونبارك على أفضل الخلق أجمعين سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وعلى صحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اجعلنا منهم واجمعنا معهم يا أرحم الراحمين آمين. أما بعد, today's khutbah is related to a very important matter that we live right now. And we want to start by a small introduction, very important one. That is part of Sunanillahi fil Kawn, the way Allah Azza wa Jal is running the universe with His wisdom and hikmah. Allah have created all creatures and have chosen for a reason that He knows a certain areas on earth and named it as holy places, such as masajid, and certain cities such as Mecca, Al-Medina, Masjid Al-Aqsa. And in those areas, those places, Allah gave them a privilege over other places, a certain blessings where your prayers there are multiple by 100,000, 1,500 prayers, and etc. Allah have also chosen from His creation, from people, the messengers and prophets, and have supported them with the wisdom and the knowledge to become the messengers of Allah to convey Risalat al-Sama, the message that Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to know, to learn, to apply, so we will be all saved. So it's a choice of places and made it sacred, choice of people, and also choice of time. Allah have chosen certain times and gave it a great matters, a great wisdom, a great blessings. It's a season. We all know that a couple of months ago, وَدَّعْنَا Ramadan. We left Ramadan behind, missing Ramadan. We hope the whole year was Ramadan. And hoping and wishing and making dua that we will attend and be alive when Ramadan 2021 will come. Nowadays, it's a big season of A'mal Salihat, good deeds, which are the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, which is the season of Hajj. So we need to pay attention, because some of us might not be here next year to enjoy the blessings of the first 10 of Dhul Hijjah. And we always experience such a thing. May Allah make us live for a lot of 10th of Dhul Hijjah to come, inshallah. Ameen. قال الله عز وجل والفجر وليال عشر. And we all know this is a surah in Juz' Amma. The ulama, Mufassirun said, Layal al-Ashr here refers to the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. When Allah Azza wa Jal chooses one of His creation, whether it's a time, it's a place, and He made an oath to, أقسم بالفجر وأقسم بالليالي العشر. That is for a reason to give it a great attention, to make you listen and know how important al-maqsoom bihi, the thing that Allah used to made an oath to for us. So that's one of the evidence from the Quran that these days we live today is very, very, very important. Another also ayat that also refers to these days, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وَلْيَذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْلُومَاتٍ. So Allah is encouraging us to do a lot of dhikr in those days, and those أيام المعلومات, المفسرون said it refers to the first 10 days of the Hajj. A hadith, a very famous hadith, أفضل أيام الدنيا الأيام العشر, أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. The best days of dunya. What more straightforward statement do we want? The best days in the dunya are the days of al-ashra. الأيام العشر وهي هذه الأيام, these days. There's a lot of reasons ulama have stated why these days are important. But even if we did not know the reasons, we have to just attach to the evidence we have in the Quran and Sunnah. But to make our iman boost better, to have the best of feelings and the best of deeds, it's okay and it's good to know and hunt the treasures of these days. The best day of the whole year is Yawm Arafah. And Yawm Arafah falls in those 10 days of the Hijjah. And Yawm Arafah, it's called the Hajj al-Akbar. Yawm Arafah, it's the big Hajj. It's the day, the core day of Al-Hajj, where people gather together at Arafah mountain and they pray to Allah, cry and ask, and put all the al-ahmal, the things that the weight of dunya, al-humum, they put it between the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal, and it resembles Yawm al-Hashr. Some ulama said, do you want to feel like Yawm al-Qiyamah? Attend Yawm Arafah and look at people come from all over the world wearing the same clothes, crying for the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. And then Allah will always, before the end of Arafah, showers all Muslims and mu'mins with His mercy and forgiveness. May Allah make us among them, inshaAllah. So that's a day in these 10 days. Another day, أعظم الأيام عند الله يوم النحر. Another hadith that says, أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, the best day, one of the best days of Allah is the day where we sacrifice في سبيل الله, in the name of Allah Azza wa Jal. And that brings back the sunnah of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. And that tells us a lot that that the message of Islam is the message of all prophets from Adam alayhi salam till the last day on dunya, till the last prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and his message stays, the risala stays until Yawm al-Qiyamah. So وحدة الإيمان والإسلام بين الأنبياء. That's why we celebrate and we tell the non-Muslims that we celebrate Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, Sayyidina, from Adam, all the Rusul for us are sawasiya. لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله. Scholars said these days combine the best of worship rituals. Al-Hajj, of course, Salah, Al-Siyam. It is being narrated that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had made Siyam the whole nine days, and then including Arafah. So if we can do that, we have to, we should. It's Siyam, so we feel like in Ramadan. And another thing is Sadaqah. The best days, if you're looking for a season where your actions and your deeds are multiplied, unlimited multiplication, this is a season of ta'at. So please, Sadaqah. That's why they say, اجتماع أمهات العبادة حج وصيام وصلاة وصدقة. قيام ليل, all the good deeds. It's a season of ta'at, a season of hasanat. A very important hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this hadith is really important to know, learn, and teach it to our kids related to these days. ما من أيام العمل الصالح فيهن أحب إلى الله من هذه العشر أو الأيام العشر. There is no days. Now, subhanAllah, when any sentence starts by nafi thumma ithbat, by first taking out everything else to bring your focus on the core point, on the message. There's nothing better than the amal salihah. The best time to do amal salihah is nothing as good as doing it nowadays in those 10. And today we're in the 3rd day of those 10. So inshallah, we still have time, and may Allah make us reach the Eid inshallah with the best of these and accepted and our niyyah to be fi sabilillah. Even those days are even better than al-jihad fi sabilillah, except if someone leaves his home and he loses everything fi sabilillah, including his own life, his money, his family, that could be a little bit better. But the rest, the amal salihah, the good deeds in those days are even better than al-jihad fi sabilillah. And we all know the status of al-jihad fi sabilillah in Islam. So I just went through those evidences, ahadith and ayat, without too much explanation because they explain themselves. But what about us practically? Especially I see, mashallah, a lot of young generation with us. We want today to go home with a homework, with a program. What is a day in Ashra al-Hijjah looks like, must look like? From the time I wake up till the time I sleep. I'm sure all of us can construct a beautiful day fi ta'atillah, but it's good to review وَذَكِّرْ إِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. First of all, before you sleep and after you wake up, make sure your tongue will keep on doing dhikr that will require you nothing before it. You don't have to make wudu, you don't have to wear some certain clothes, you don't have to be in a certain position. Automatic. Especially at-takbir, wal-tahleel, wal-tahmeed, wal-istighfar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Astaghfirullah al-azim min kulli dhanbin azim. Keep your tongue wet, busy with dhikr. And shouldn't be only the tongue, dear brothers and sisters. The tongue with hudur al-aql wal-qalb. You have to know that you're doing dhikr for whom? About whom? Allah Azza wa Jal. So some people, they do dhikr and they're busy with their mobile phone. They do dhikr and they're talking to their friends. Busy watching something on. No. This is an irrespectful kind of dhikr. The dhikr, it has to have حضور للقلب وتركيز بالعقل والجنان. You have to know what you're talking about. Okay, so that has to go through the day. Salatul Jama'ah. If you are close to a masjid and you can, do the 5 times, the best. 4 times, 3 times, minimum. Try to make 1 or 2 times a day in the masjid. Joining the Jama'ah. That's feeling the importance of the masjid in your life and your children's life. Reading Quran. We miss Quran in Ramadan. We used to do a lot. Put this practice back. Allah give you the season to make it part of your daily program and habit to do the ta'at that some days you do, you get a little bit lazy with. Al-Quran, Al-Quran, Al-Quran. The best dhikr, the best knowledge, the best guidance you can do in your life. Make it more these days. Jazakumullah khayr. As-sadaqah. If you see a box of donation, this is a message that Allah has chosen you to put this box on your way out from the masjid for a reason. Other people are getting didn't come today. This opportunity was not for them. So don't look at it as a burden. Oh my God, now my brothers will ask me for sadaqah again. Let me try to move fast. Shaitan will try his best to take you away from the opportunity of sadaqah, especially these days. You conquer shaitan, you conquer your nafs, and give fi sabilillah even $1, especially these days. There is a lot. The time, subhanAllah, I only have a few minutes left. All the good deeds. And let me jump to one very important one. Islahu dhatil bayn. If you have any trouble with your wife or children or relative, brother, sister, cousin, neighbor, Muslim, anywhere in the world, please, please, translate your ibadah to akhlaq. The ibadah is not only the ritual. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. It doesn't mean to just do salah, siyam, hajj, you're fine. يعبدون في المعنى الشامل, the full meaning of ibadah is the full submission to Allah Azza wa Jal in everything in your life. He is your boss in everything in your life. He comes first before anything in your life. And Allah loves, and as Muhammad said in the hadith, the closest to me yawm al-qiyamah be the one who has the best of manners, the best of akhlaq, the best of character. So today, learn it, teach it to others, practice it, and make it become part of your life. Always do ihsan, always forgive, always connect with those you did not connect for a long time. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. آمين. Unity. As Muslims, we have to be united. We have to look after one another. We have to help one another. And these days are a good example of unity. Even if you did not do Hajj, some of you went to Hajj. So now we can see Hajj as if we are there. It is Ramz al-Wahda. It's an icon where you can see Muslims from all around the world. Black, white, red, tall, young, old, rich, poor, of a status, educated, not educated. They're all facing one tijah, Kaaba, wearing the same clothes, having nothing of dunya over them, going for the same purpose, calling for the same God, doing the same exact act of worship. That tells us a lot. If we leave al-ashara al-hijjah without understanding قيمة الوحدة, قيمة التكاتف, the value of unity, honestly, we did not learn anything. So we learn this in everything we do. In salah, wahda. In siyam, we fast together. In sadaqah, we look after each other. In zakah, in everything we do. But most of the best example that no one can just not learn from it is al-hajj. And we are in the mawsim, in the season of hajj. So please, brothers and sisters, the unity starts in the family. You, your wife, and your children need to be, your hearts are connected to one another. You have similar goals. You get together to pray for Allah Azza wa Jal, as they say in English, family prays together, stays together. So we say, of course, we said it many times before, give time for your children and your family to pray together, sunnah. If you didn't pray fard here at home, lead them, make dua together, let them say Ameen. One of the things that in the last Ramadan I have heard from many people, that yes, we missed praying Taraweeh in the masjid, but for those who did their Taraweeh fully at home, it had a special taste as well. Wallahi, it did affect a lot. I know children are begging their dads, like, when is next Ramadan coming so we can pray Taraweeh together and make dua together. Allahumma اغفر لنا وارحمنا واهدنا واهد بنا اللهم ارحمنا فوق الأرض وارحمنا تحت الأرض وارحمنا يوم العرض اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا اللهم لا تقبضنا إليك إلا وأنت راض عنا اللهم اغفر لنا ما علمنا وما لم نعلم وما أنت أعلم به منا وأقم الصلاة يرحمنا.